Hello. We're going to continue on from where we left, okay? And let's see, how can you create objects? Now, if you want to create an object, you can use the new keyword to create a new object. You can use this object.create method, which we're not going to look at in this section. So just before I go on, I want you to know that we are going to look at object later on in details. So right now we're just looking at object literals, but later on we look at objects in detail and how to deal with them and so much more. Now the other way of creating an object is using the object initializer or the object literal, and this is the one we'll be looking at in this section. Now to create an object as an object literal, you'll give the object a name. Now the var, declare an object, and then you put everything inside the curly braces. The properties will be in here. Now that's one property, that's another property, and the property of course has a key and a value. Now let's see a quick example of this one. So if I come in here and add this one, this code in Scratchpad, so here what's happening, I've created this object, and then I've declared the object. I've declared this as an object, so new object, and then I'm giving the object properties. Now in this case we'll have a property called title, and the value of that will be this, and we'll also have year, and the value of that will be 2012. Now let's use the object notation, the dot notation, to access the year property of this object. So if I say my obj dot, the property that I want to access is year. If I display the result of that, it will give us 2012. And if I change it to, let me just bring this one down here, and now if I want to see the title, I can do title, display that, and it will show us the title. And we can also create the object using the object literal syntax, which is this one, whereby we'll put the elements within the curly braces right away. So if I come back to Scratchpad, I'll just remove all of this, then put that one in there, and now we have our object, and we have given it two properties here. So you can access them also using the dot notation. If you want to access some property here, you want to know its value, you can just use the same way we did in the last example. So you can do my obj dot title and display, or we can use the square brackets, and in the square brackets, since this is a word, let's put it inside. Let's wrap it around quotations. If it was a number, we wouldn't have to do that. If it was a variable, we wouldn't have to do that. So if I display, it also gives us the same result. So in this video, we've seen how you can create an object, and the one that we were mostly interested in was the object initializer, also called the object literal, and this is the one that we'll be continuing on with. So I'll see you when we continue from here.